Good morning. I'm Maxwell Garcia, and I work at Chipotle 2 times a week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., which means I open and I am opening for grill. So there's 3 basic positions at Chipotle. You're either a prep person, go in really early in the morning, sometimes as early as 6 or 7, come in, chop some cilantro, some peppers, mash some guac, or you're a line person, just scooping things into a bowl or making and rolling burritos on either line or DML, or you're a grill person.
Good morning. We have a mojada dia in Tallahassee. You can see the brick, and there's Chipotle.
And I'm a grill person, and here's my Chipotle in College Town, Tallahassee. And here's some video of me loading up the bowl how I want it with those free employee meals at Chipotle, which I love, loading it up with triple or double guac. So the first thing, you gotta clock in into your minimum wage job. Here we go. 4 times agreeing to yes, and obviously we're closed right now, so open containers. Then I get my wellness check. Do I have COVID-19? No. Then I'm gonna show you the dish pit. How long until you could just throw a dish back here and it automatically gets cleaned with a máquina? No human required. Or is Chippy gonna beat the chip person first? So I have to take my watch, minimum wage job things, put on my hat, show you the square screen and this gorgeous speaker. Oh, and the iPad mini, super cute. Clean aprons, have to put one of those on. And then my first 10 to 15 minutes when I get in at 8 is all about me setting up things the way I want to and making sweet and unsweetened iced tea. So here's me setting up the way I like it, me showcasing some prep food. And this morning so far, there's 2 other people, 1 kitchen manager. Oh, they're actually both kitchen managers. And then a 3rd person shows up later to fry some chips at around 9 a.m. So there's me turning on the stove, me dropping in the tea bags, me dropping in some water into the big pot for the queso. There's the grill, putting in some oil into the spray bottle for later, showcasing that it's real avocados. There's the cut glove. My tea's almost ready. Some more prep food. You can see the fajitas in the works. And the fresh guac, showcasing that beautiful speaker once again I have up in my room. And showcasing the full setup of a quiet Chipotle. A rare sight to behold. Because, as you know, Chipotle is a very popular place. So if it's popular and you're a line person, you're going to be reaching into these reach-ins, that's what they're called, for some things to restock the cold side. This is where my steak and garlic guajillo are there. And I just have to say, my Chipotle location does not prep chicken for me as a grill person. A rarity. Here's my walk-in, and after the 10-15 minutes of setting up and getting my tea ready, it's time for the reheats. So Chipotle doesn't make fresh food from scratch every day. There is some leftovers from the day before. Some things that are always fresh are the steak and the rice, but the chicken, beans, if you come in there as soon as we open, you're most likely getting food from the previous day. It doesn't taste bad. I think that's why Chipotle does it, but it does save Chipotle on cost, and I guess that leads to a slightly cheaper bowl on your part. So here's the front line, nice and empty. It's my goal to fill all that up in about 2 hours and 30 minutes while listening to a podcast or music by myself. Here's me taking off the plastic sheets, some unchopped cilantro for the prep person, and me showing what's stocked on the shelves, some sugar, some salt. Here's me grabbing some gloves to put on for the grill. Oh, not for the grill. For me to pour out the iced tea. And because I'm going to drop the reheat chicken. But first you got to spray the plancha, which I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Then I'm dropping the reheat chicken on there. It has to get to 165 degrees for chicken. And for all the other hot foods, except for, I think it's 140 for steak, I'm pretty sure. There's me dropping the hot tea into some ice containers so that the iced tea could sit out for hours in the lobby. There's me putting in the barbacoa, carnitas, pinto beans, reheats on the stove. Gotta cook those up. Me back in the walk-in prepping chicken for myself, something I shouldn't have to do. And I've been to like 4 other Chipotles, and every other Chipotle has their chicken prepped for the grill person because, you know, it's convenient. And here's me dropping some chicken. I'm doing the very controversial double drop of chicken. I know it's against Chipotle policy. I'm not doing the Chipotle way for all of my things today. You could probably call out like 5 different things, or maybe 10 different things I'm not doing the Chipotle way. I mean, this is one of them, using the box instead of the salt shaker. And chicken cooks about 5 to 6 minutes on each side, then flip it. And now onto the rice. So brown rice does not need to be washed. You just dump it in there, and each pot of rice requires 2 cups of oil, some bay leaves, and you know, the 2-to-1 ratio of water. And then you gotta click it on, and brown rice takes about 30 minutes, and the white rice about 20. Me showcasing my pots. Next, I'm gonna fill up my stove pots with some soap and water so it could be easier to clean later, whether I'm in the dish pit or someone else is. And then there's the chip person, better than chippy. And then I gotta scrape what's left on the grill to get ready for the next meat to be placed. And now this is honestly the worst part of the job. Why it's its own position, and this part takes the longest. Cutting the meats. This actually takes some technique, and your arm is going to be tired like the first or second week you're doing this. It takes a while. You gotta get the rocking back and forth technique, but once you got it, you got it. Then prepping for later today, just getting some black beans to put in the reach-in. My brown rice is ready. Que rico. Then caliente. Pour 1 cup of oil after for brown rice, 2 cups of oil after for white rice. And taking out the brown rice already so I can get the white rice cooking, because you know it's always rush for the opening. You gotta have everything so you can open right at 10:45 for all of the Chipotle gods. Me putting everything again for the white rice. As you know, everything's very repetitive once you do it for the first time. Like setting up, I like it my own particular way, but I mean there's many ways to like set up, I guess, your own station. And here's me panning out the rice because there's a hot box, so each pot of rice makes it around like 5 to 6 containers. Put 1 on front line and put the rest in the hot box. Next, I'm cooking some steak, and steak only needs about like 2 to 3 minutes on the grill, and then you can flip it, and then like 30 seconds on the other side. Again, not the Chipotle way with me using the box to pour out the salt, but it is sometimes convenient if I can't find the salt shaker or I don't feel like opening up the salt shaker. Here's me dumping some glorious fajitas, got its own little section for that. And then this limited time meat, the garlic guajillo steak. There's the seasoning for it, and there's the garlic guajillo steak. Same cook time as the steak. And there's me mixing in the seasoning with some lime juice and cilantro. And then basically that is me opening up grill. Like I said, always be cooking chicken, because 50% of orders are just like white rice, black beans, and chicken. So that's really all you have to cook repeatedly for grill. And then sometimes throw in a steak, and even rarer, like put carnitas or barbacoa on the stove. So here's me mixing brown rice for frontline. You know, you can put cilantro and the lime because it's cilantro lime rice. And here's some garlic guajillo steak cooking on the grill. And I'm going to show you bragging about my setup on the front line. All those chips that need to be bagged, because it's opening time in 15 minutes or 13 minutes. There's my DML, nice and all set up. Got to get the white rices there. And then this funny little message to people in this corner, because there is no camera in this one corner. I'm ringing up my play meal. So this is how the Chipotle screen looks. Pretty simple. Like, I mean, at least it's rounded rectangles, right? At least it's not sharp. And I just have to sign them the receipt, and I get my free meal. And there's my manager taking temps of my food, making sure everything's temping correctly, going to the right temperature. Here's me cooking some more chicken while we're now open. We were slow at the moment, so that's when I got a chance to snag this video. And he's frying some taco shells. And this is my end of my shift. You can see the stack of dishes that I'm not doing. I'm out of there. Just taking out the trash, cleaning my area, filling up the rice containers, and then I get to go home. And is there anything else I show you in this video, or is that it?